All right. Welcome, everyone. Your facilitator for the next few weeks will be myself, Camilla. I received my bachelor's degree at Saginaw Valley State University in order to serve as a school counselor. I sincerely appreciate you guys for coming today, as I'm aware that students would rather much be in their class with their buddies than just to be in a group with strangers that they do not really know. Of course, you guys probably see each other through passing in school, but who's to know that if you guys ever had conversation on a daily basis. And for me, I feel like that's okay. During this time, I just hope that we can become tighter as a group and communicate our presence, thoughts, and emotions. You have all likely already discussed your reasons you're here with from your teachers and your parents. I've been told the reason that you are here today is because your teachers are concerned with your recent behavior, which seems to be related to stress and at home in school. Furthermore, they think that it's unlikely for you students today to just be easily to shy away from them and your peers, being that you are the type of students that always like energetic and always so worried about your grades. So just to ask you now, did you guys have that opportunity to talk to your teachers and parents before coming to this meeting today?
I did, yes.
You did. Okay, perfect. How about you, Miss Angela and Marissa?
Yeah.
I did.
Okay, perfect. So before I ask all of you if that seems like it fits your best, it fits your situation, I want us to complete a quick introduction where I want you to state your name and a place that brings you peace. And share with the collective on why you chose that place, followed by a pronoun so I can acknowledge you, how you would like to be acknowledged in your class standing. So for an example, I would say, my name is Camilla. A place that brings me peace would be Disney World. I never been to Disney World, but it brings back great memories about my childhood and how it will save me from those nights where I would be scared because Disney has like those animated characters, and it just brings me peace knowing that I can go to sleep at night having wonderful dreams. I would like to be known as she and her, and my grade standing is 11th grade. So I would like to start off with Miss Rachel first, with you. Anyone first.
Hi, my name is Rachel. A place that brings me peace is probably my couch. I like to read and watch Netflix on my couch, so my home. And then she, her are my pronouns.
Perfect. All right. So do you often just go home and relax after school after a rough day at having?
No, but I try to. When I have a really bad day, I usually do it late at night and stay up too late to do it.
Oh wow, yeah. I definitely understand that. Sometimes our days can be a little hectic, so we don't always, get to go to that piece, but it's good to know that you have something like that inside of your home that you can always go back and just regroup again.
I
Um,
definitely want to do it more.
Definitely. Anybody wants to go next?
I can go.
Okay, perfect.
My name is Marissa, and my pronouns are she, her. I'm in 11th grade, and a place that brings me happiness is, I would say McDonald's. I really like McDonald's.
Okay.
Me too.
That's a good one. McDonald's is because you're a foodie. It brings you comfort and just to have like something that brings you like, I don't know, the greasiness. It just makes you happy. I don't know. Well, why would you say that McDonald's brings you happiness? Do you have a story?
Well, I was gonna say my house, but right now things are going on at home that just make me not want to be here. And I don't really like school. I mean, I do well in school, I just don't really enjoy it right now just because I got a lot going on. So I would say McDonald's just because, like you said, I'm a foodie and I really
Okay.
just like McDonald's.
All right, that's great. And last but not least,
My name is Angela, and my pronouns are she and her. I'm in 11th grade, and I would say a place that I like to go for comfort, happiness is this like coffee shop with the library in it. And it just like I like to go there and read and just escape the world.
all right. I really like that one as well because coffee just gives me energy in the morning. It's something that I constantly need because I'm always on go. So all of those, I really appreciate all of your participation. Um, um, let's see. I feel like this helps us view things more clearly and takes our mind off the negative and troubling ideas. It also lessens our worry and tension for raising our sense of gratitude. This is why I asked you guys just to come up with something that brings you peace so that we can just have that in our mind and think of. Let's see. I do want to follow up with asking, can you ladies think of any other ways of joy that, such as laughing with friends, getting a new outfit, or reading your favorite book, um, that brings you joy? Like that's
Can I go?
school.
I really like when my hard work pays off. So like when I get a really good grade and I'm like, I know I busted my butt to get that grade. And like all the worries and stress that I had about it, like come to terms. Like it's, I don't know, that brings me peace in myself, like, and pride in myself.
Good. Anybody else can relate to Rachel?
Mhm.
All
Yeah.
right. Does anybody have any other inputs on what else could bring them joy when it comes to school?
Yeah, when it comes to school,
School or anything else that you would think of?
well, it's just hard right now, because like I'm having a hard time fitting in to like find friends to like laugh with, and then I've been struggling a little bit with my schoolwork because of my job. So it's been that's why I like to go to the library when I do have downtime to just be able to escape it, and I can read my books and drink my coffee and just chill out, and that really brings me joy.
Right. So I did hear you say that it's hard for you to fit in.
Mhm.
And do you feel like it's a lot of pressure with you trying to fit in and trying to maintain your self-esteem with just feeling happy and letting go the burdens that the daily burdens that you go through?
Yeah, I mean, like with trying to keep up with schoolwork and trying to fit in, and then I also started this job, so it's just so much on my plate right now. It's just a lot on me.
Right. Does anybody else feel what Miss Angela is stating? Do they feel like they're going through any burdens where they're trying to fit in and it's like feeling like a little overwhelming for themselves?
I feel a little overwhelmed, but it's not really like fitting in wise.
Oh,
With the year, like school being close and graduation coming up, I know we still have another year, but I'm
yeah.
really stressed and anxious about my future and what that might hold. My boyfriend is actually graduating this year, so we've been dating forever, it feels like, and I don't really know what's gonna happen with that. And I've been thinking about it too much and focusing on it too much, and then just my grades are slipping because of that. So it's not really fitting in, but I am focusing on it way too much.
I can kind of relate with Rachel. Like, I feel overwhelmed, not with like school. Well, I just feel like I also don't really know what my future holds because, like, I've always been good at like school and getting good grades, but like, I just think I'm doing fine. It's just I don't really care. And like Rachel said, I don't really know what my future holds because, like, with my parents getting divorced and everything, um, I feel like going back and forth is gonna really weigh on like my mental health.
Mhm.
And that's just all really overwhelming because my parents have been together like my whole life and it just feels like in this prime time, like where I'm supposed to be like thriving for my last year of high school, like they just or I don't know. I almost feel like it's kind of selfish, but
Wow. Well, thank you guys for sharing. One thing I can correlate through all of you guys that you guys are more so focused on school, but there are some outside things that is getting in the way of that. But it seems like you all have some type of goal of trying to maintain a straight um a focus on completing completing your schooling so you can get into good colleges and just have great grades at the end of the day. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So before we dive more into our session, I want to make sure that everyone is aware that we will be meeting in room B17, next to the door to the greenhouse, where it is plenty of sunlight and windows. I chose this room because it has proven that exposure to sunlight increases the brain ability to produce serotonin, which has a good effect on mood. Does meeting Friday at 11 a.m. Work for everyone?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, is it gonna impact our class, like for
So that's a
our
great
group?
question. So I have already spoke to your teachers and they are fully aware that you are going to be meeting with me and resume back to classes after our 1 hour session.
Okay, good.
Okay, perfect. So you don't have to worry about that. You guys are in good standings. They know where you're at and your parents know as well. Let's see. Okay, perfect. So if anything other like suddenly happens and you're not able to meet with me, you can always email me at cmwatkin@sbsu.edu and I will have those excused if it's worth it and if it's like something that you cannot make it and if you were at home, then you would not be you you won't be held accountable for that because I do know life happens and that's why we're here today. I also want to elaborate that we're all here for a reason and taking advantage of this group meeting can help us with come to terms with things we didn't realize before. So by coming, we can hear each other's stories and just help each other out and give each other advice. And that's what this group is all about. You guys are peers, you know more about each other than I would. I am already out of school, so I wouldn't relate to you guys, and you guys probably definitely wouldn't relate to me more than you would probably help relate to one another. Along with this, I want to set some boundaries and expectations that we might have for meetings that I can write down and have printed for you for the next couple of sessions. So if we forget or we have to refer back to what we came up with as a collective, I want to start off the rules by stating that we should always come in at a timely fashion where we don't want to miss valuable information or it could be disruptive to others who are sharing their personal story. I want you guys to take this, use this as your best advantage because we are here for one another. And it's all about just expressing how we're feeling because everyone's opinion and what we go through, it matters and you guys are worth it. And I feel like we can work together and just try to come to an understanding about our daily life and our stressors. So what do you guys think so far about my rules and expectations? Just coming in on time and just respecting each other's stories and not just interrupting. How do you feel about my rules so far? Pretty okay.
I think they're okay. I just don't want like my problems to be talked about in the hallway or to other people. So like I
Definitely.
know that I don't know, gossip is so bad in this school.
Yeah, I
Oh,
definitely, Rachel, I don't want anybody talking about what I'm going through because I'm already having a hard enough time dealing with people anyways, and then to have my business out there, that would just be a nightmare.
Exactly.
Definitely. I understand. All right. So, okay, perfect. And a goal that I feel like I want to be set on my stance is just I want everyone to feel comfortable with sharing and talking to one another and just making this feel like a safe place to feel supported. What other expectations, goals, or rules that you guys feel like you can come up with that we can bring into this group so you guys also can feel like you're being a part of, because that's what this group is about. I want you guys to be a part of it, and everybody has some type of rule that they want to bring so everybody can understand the expectations that we have for the next sessions. Would anybody like to start first?
Yeah. I just don't want anybody to like go on their phones because I'm like afraid that someone's gonna like secretly record me. And back to like what Rachel said, I don't want to like my business to be shared. Like I feel like that would be really rude and I would feel very like upset.
Okay, so no phones. I understand that. It could be disruptive. As you know, when someone's telling a personal story and just going on your phone, you don't want that person to do that to you. So you don't want to do that to others. Especially if it's something hard that they're trying to get off their chest, that might make that person not want to share anymore. And like I said, we want this to be a safe place. So once again, Marissa, I do appreciate the no phone policy rule. So thank you for that. Anybody else would like to add on? No other rules? Let's see. What about just interrupting? Like, how would you guys feel if someone interrupted you while you were talking? So if I was saying something personal and someone would just blurt out like, nope, that I don't think that happened. Like, should we limit that or
Yes.
Yeah.
so wait until that person is done and then react to their story? Okay.
Because what you said, like what we're saying, or if we're talking and sharing something that's hard for us to get off our chest,
Definitely.
having someone interrupt you can just like make you feel like it's not even worth talking.
Okay, perfect. All right. Anything else? Is that about it?
I think
Okay.
just being respectful and showing up on time, don't use your phones, no interrupting. I think that all sounds, I can't think of anything else right at the
And
moment.
that's okay. Once again, we can always come back. So we need to add or subtract to our rules or from our list. More so we can. Everything is not here like set in stone. So things can change, just like life. So I want to say great answers. And thank you for all for participating. It is greatly appreciated. But at this anytime if you feel uncomfortable, if you are not obligated to share anything with us, but it would be great if you guys did participate, because once again, we're all here for a reason, and it's just to have some type of understanding about our situation so we can help each other navigate through it. So do you see any issues with these right as of right now? So we're perfectly great with the rules that we have set right now.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So with these basic rules, it shouldn't be hard to respect each other. I also want to make it a rule that is judgment free. Does anybody know what confidentiality means?
Does that kind of just mean like what I said about talking about me in the hallways or what I'm going through?
Yes, definitely. So great. Thank you for sharing that in the beginning. So yes, that's a part of confidentiality, Rachel. I want to elaborate what it means. It just means, like you said, Rachel, just to keep everything within a group inside this room. with it being in school, I know our peers can be a little curious of why everyone is inside this room. And why I've selected group, it comes here every Friday at 11 a.m. I know it could be kind of hard for us to not talk to our friends about our personal life stories, but just open up that door and letting them know that you are here. You might feel comfortable with expressing what happened, but it can also turn into a situation where your friends might ask, "Hey, I seen Angela. Why is she in there?" And it can open up a door unintentionally where you're now expressing Angela's personal business. So I feel like just to not have that happen, we could just state to our peers that this is my personal business, and I just feel like I'm in this group for a reason, and I would just like to express those emotions with them. And hopefully that can stop further questioning about the situation from occurring. Does that sound like something that you ladies can handle, or do you have any simpler ways that we can communicate with our friends? Just stating that we don't want to talk about personal information that's stated within this group?
I would probably just say, if you want to know, go ask her. It's not my business to be telling her business.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I like that a lot because that you gave that power to Angela, and you didn't tell her business, and you let them know, like, hey, if you want to know furthermore about Angela's situation, you ask her, because it's not up to me to be expressing that. So that's really good. Anybody else, or does that sound pretty fair?
That sounds fair.
Okay, perfect. So I want to just say confidentiality goes for me as well. As your group facilitator, anything that stands within this room, I would not share these conversations with your teachers or parents. Even if you say a swearing word, like fuck or damn, these are just words of expression that it comes natural, and it's just the emotions that we're feeling at that point. However, if we get to the point where we're trying to harm ourselves or others, I will briefly ask you, what do you mean by that? If you said something like, I want to go home and cut myself, or I want to take the family gun and shoot myself in the head. I will have to report this, not because it's a criminal offense to harm yourself, but it's just for me to get professionals involved that can help you with your mental health. Another way I will break confidentiality, if you threaten to harm a person outside of this group. Like, let's just say if someone made you mad before you came, and you said, I want to kill that person. I'm obligated by law to contact that person and let them know what's going on so they can be fully aware, and just to protect themselves.
What if we're just like joking, or like know that we wouldn't actually do it? We're just mad.
Definitely. So that's where I would ask you, can you elaborate on that before I get other officials involved, because something can be taken out of context. So I want to hear from you personally. What did you mean before I break confidentiality? So great question, Rachel. Let's see. Okay, so now that we got the important information out the way, I want us to close our eyes, only if you feel comfortable, and let's take a deep breath and hold it in for 4 seconds and exhale slowly. And we'll do that 3 times. So let's exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. How did that make you feel? Just taking a moment just to just breathe and what did you
My
say?
heart actually slowed down. Like that was crazy. Like it actually worked.
Definitely. Sometimes
I
we just,
feel,
I'm sorry, go ahead, Marissa.
sorry, I was gonna say that I feel more relaxed.
That's good. So I wanted you guys to feel relaxed before we start this first activity. This assignment that we'll be completing here in a second is called an anxiety record. This is a sheet that we will be completing every session. We meet to compare from our initial response. We can feel vulnerable when we ask to share what is it making us anxious, and yet it is crucial that we understand what is causing anxiety and learn from appropriate coping skills. Sometimes even the act of writing things down can reduce our anxiety. And coming to this group, I just want you guys to remember how you feel when you by completing this form. So the form I'm going to show you is this one. I think I should have given all of you guys one of these. So self-monitoring functions as both an assessment method and an intervention. Routinely used as cognitive behavioral therapy. It contributes to a wide variety of evidence-based treatment and is comprised of 2 parts, discrimination and recording. Discrimination consists as identifying and noticing a targeted phenomenon. This can be challenging and at first because it's the first time we are having to come to terms with our emotions and sitting down and actually just like thinking about emotions that we just never thought of before. What I like about cognitive behavioral therapy is it something that like we as a group, we're not telling you what to do, but we're listening and we're helping you depict every situation to help you individually understand what you're going through, so you could come to terms by yourself and understand what the situations that you need to fix that you didn't know before. With this assignment, there is no such way of doing this assignment. It's all about tracking how you feel at this time and writing them down. So I will give you guys some time if you can just fill this out, and then we'll come back and debrief. Is everyone just about done, or we're still working at it?
I'm basically done.
I'm good.
Mhm.
All right. All right. So, with that, I just want you guys to um, say I feel statements. I want to know how you're feeling about the worksheet and how it correlates with school. Does anybody like to go first? You can start with Miss Angela.
Yeah, I feel kind of relief to just write it down and like see what's going on and be able to understand maybe why I'm feeling so anxious all the time. And I feel like relief.
Good. So just writing it down, you can just like actually take a step back and be like, hey, this situation was making me feel that way that I just never came to terms with because I've never sat down just to think about myself and how it has been affected me on a daily basis. And
Exactly, yeah.
okay,
I feel the opposite, kind of. I feel very like sad writing mine. Um, because it just makes me think about it more and I don't know. I just don't want to think about it happening. I'm so scared to lose this man, my boyfriend, and I don't know. So it made me feel sad.
wow. And thank you for sharing that. I would just want to say, like, the initial response is not always going to be easy because it's just emotions that we're just now sitting with. And now we're just now understanding because we took that time to write them down. And eventually, over time, the goal is just to take that initial response and work towards a goal with it. But I didn't expect for all of you guys to feel comfortable. It sometimes is an uncomfortable thing because once again, we're not used to always talking about situations that hurt us the most or things that we're just going through. Um,
Like I think it worked. I think it worked and it helped me like change like I found a positive ending kind of, but it still felt sad.
Definitely, and that's okay. We hope to eventually deep dive more into that situation later on. Marissa?
I felt kind of lost because like when I feel like I'm having like a lot of anxiety, like my brain, like it's kind of a mix of emotion. Like I feel like my brain's running like a million miles an hour, but I also feel like I kind of like almost black out. So like sitting here and writing him down and saying like how I feel and like what I'm thinking about was kind of hard because I feel like when I'm in that situation where I'm having a lot of anxiety, I kind of just like forget. Like
Yeah,
and I'm just
me
so
too.
focused on how I'm feeling. So like writing them down, like it felt like it was kind of eye-opening, but I also felt kind of lost.
Right. So I see a correlation between two of you ladies. Marissa and Rachel, it seems like you guys have an understanding that it's not always difficult. Do you want to elaborate a little bit more, Rachel, like of your understanding of Marissa's situation?
Yeah, so like when like I don't want to say panic attacks that I have, but when I'm getting like super anxious about something, like if I'm going into a test and I don't feel prepared for it, because I was like up all night or something, I will literally like not know where I'm at. I won't remember what I'm doing and or even if like I know I studied super good, but I still have like all these other things on my mind, I'll forget what's on the test. So it's kind of like that, I guess. I don't know, maybe not, but it's just how like I
Yeah,
forgetting what you're thinking about.
no, definitely. I understand that. So you're saying just like you feel like you have so much stress on you that you forget the important things in life, and that's just like, it happens to all of us. And that's why we're here, just to have an understanding and see what we can do in the future to prevent us from overthinking, and how we can go about certain obstacles or hurdles in a more positive and better way. So with that, I just want to say, like, again, participating in the cognitive behavioral treatment and practice self-monitoring, it can help develop those skills and knowledge to help with addressing difficulties. The next thing I wanted us to do is share how stress has affected the life and at home, and also in school as well. So, how has the stress affected at home life or in school? If anybody.
I can go first. I feel like I'm so stressed out about like losing my boyfriend and things like that, that we like fight more, and I'm gonna lose him regardless. So it's causing fights with him, and then I'm just even more not focused on my priorities and my schoolwork and what I need to do. Um, I'm just getting too wrapped up in it, and and then I'm taking it out. Like I'll go home with it and fight with my parents or something, or my little brother, and it's just, I don't know. I feel like it's a constant cycle of just being like almost angry about the situation because I can't do anything about it.
I can definitely relate to you, Rachel. I feel like I'm getting so wrapped up in my own parents' divorce that it's stressing me out so much because I feel so much like resentment towards them because I'm like, by default, I'm in the middle of this because like I'm an only child, and I I don't know, I feel not responsible, but like I don't know, I feel just so stressed that like I could fix it, or opposite, I'm the reason that they're getting divorced. And so like I'm going home or I'm going to school and I'm angry, and then I go home and I like argue with them because I'm so mad at them. So yeah.
Like, is
And
it
you don't want
feel like
to
it's
tie
just
in.
it's hopelessness, like there's nothing that you can do about it, and you just sit there and you stew on it, which is like me. I'm pulled in like all different directions. So like I'm trying to do my job, I'm trying to do my schoolwork, and I'm trying to like have time for like to make friends, and it just feels like it's everything's scattered and I can't do anything about it.
Mhm.
And then you get so tired from like spreading yourself so thin, and your mind is going, like you said, 100 miles an hour. And then I'm just exhausted and I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
So I feel like what I'm getting out of this, we all have different stories, but then we also have a common goal. So I want to start with Angela. Angela, you were speaking that you feel like you have to basically, like, you're trying to fit in with the group, but then if you don't work, you feel like that eventually these friends might not be want to stay there. So you're trying to do both, trying to focus on school, but also trying to make friends. But if you don't work to get these new items, or whatever it is that you feel like you would eventually drop them, they would drop you as a friend. And Rachel, you feel like with your boyfriend going to school and you're trying to focus on school to get in college for next year, that you feel like the relationship is going to fail because he's already going to meet probably older women or more people like in college for school, and you're going to be you're feeling left behind.
Yeah,
And
I just don't want to. I like, my mom always tells me not to like plan my future around him. But if we're gonna make this work, like I need to go to college where he's going, but I don't know if I want to do that, and it's just so many things.
right. So, and to elaborate that, I feel like these are internal emotions that has those emotions been expressed with any of the people that you're coercing with? Even Marissa, have you coerced these emotions with your parents and you let them know? how this has been affecting you with school?
Yeah, I am very like, you know, I've always been really close with my parents, which is why I feel like I've, been able to succeed in school. And I've been very open with them about like, like this is really like hurting me, like both like mentally and like physically. And so I tell them all the time, like, this is the reason why I'm not doing good in school anymore. And like that, I don't know, I'm very open with them, like about how I'm feeling about it, but it doesn't really like matter because they still argue every night. And like I feel so, like Angela said, like hopeless that like I can't really do anything. And that stresses me out because I am so like I've always succeeded in a lot of things and I feel like I don't have control of the situation, and that gives me a lot of anxiety because I don't know what's next.
Right. Does anybody have any suggestions for Marissa and how she can maneuver through her feeling so down or
I keep muting myself and then talking and thinking it's unmuted. Um, I kind of have an idea, but I don't want it to like sound mean. So, Marissa, I don't want you to take this in the wrong way, but I would like express your emotions, yes, but I wouldn't want you to make them feel bad about doing what they think is best, if that makes sense. Like you have to remember that they think they're doing what they think is best for their family and for you. So I don't know if that might help you think about it in a different way or help you come to terms with it maybe. That's how my parents explained it to me when they got divorced, that it would, benefit each other and the family in the long run. Like it sucks right now, but we don't want to be in that environment with them screaming and fighting every night. If
Yeah,
that
and I never really saw it like that way, I guess, because um like you said, it like right now it does really suck, and it's really hard. It really is so hard for me to focus on like the future. So, thank
I've
you.
been there.
wow. I like how we had some type of understanding and clarity just by talking with one another and just listening and just putting our input. Once again, we are not, telling you what to do, but it's some suggestions just to have our mind going and just to think more deep into that situation. Um, so again with Rachel, could anybody like have anyone have been in Rachel's shoes where they felt like they were going to lose someone that was dear to them and who they've been with for a while, and just making that hard decision of just trying to put their schoolwork ahead and just not focusing more so on a situation that they can't, control.
Yeah,
Um,
I think the same, like the advice that Rachel gives me goes for the same for herself because like I feel like you have to trust in like you guys' future and like have those conversations with him and express like your concerns and um I don't know, have like trust that like your relationship will be good. And I think that like you shouldn't have to go to the same college as him in order for it to work. So yeah, I would just suggest having like those open conversations and like getting everything off your chest and stuff like that.
Yeah,
okay.
I appreciate that, Marissa. It's just, my when my dad talks about it, he's like, "You're young anyways. You're gonna meet so many more people. Don't focus on one person." He has dreams too, and I get that. But like, it has been so great until this point where now he's like, "I'm gonna go and be the biggest person I can be, and achieve all these things," and I just kind of feel left behind.
Awesome. I like
I've
that.
I've tried talking to him. It's just I get so emotional about it. But I think that if, I write stuff down like Camilla has mentioned, it might be a better way to go into the conversation.
Yeah,
Wow.
maybe looking at it and taking a step back and looking at it as a positive thing, like maybe like this is a way of him showing you that like the future you guys could have together and he's like doing it for you guys and um like if he has big hopes and dreams for his like career as opposed to like having big hopes and dreams for like other girls, I think that's a little bit different.
Great. And Miss Angela, I see that right now, like I see you listening. How do you feel about your situation? Like from listening to these ladies, do you feel like you can grasp some type of understanding about what you can do, or what can we dive
Um,
more into your situation to help you?
like my situation is just a little bit different, so I don't really relate too much to what they're saying, but I get what they say, like you can't control everybody's situation and outcomes and maybe I mean, but that's part of it, like feeling anxious is like it's outside of your control. You can't help but feel that way. So like when I'm trying to make new friends and keep this job to keep up with the trends and things like that, I feel like should I just let those friends go then so I can quit my job and focus more on school and then just like be a loner? I don't know.
I mean, you have us now. I'll be your friend, even if we only hang out here.
That's
I think
awesome.
you're pretty cool. You have,
Yeah.
it sounds like you have good motivation and you're hardworking. So that's someone I would want as a friend.
Yeah, I
That's
don't care about trends, so
Me neither.
So it's all about gaining that support system. And that's what I wanted this group to be. Just have support one another and make everyone feel welcome and like they don't have to be someone that they're not. And that everyone should feel like they are being accepted and about their situations and just gaining more clarity as individuals and as a group to better predict like how we are going to let's see forego like our goals and what we can do out of this group. So what I want us to do right now is write down our worries that you had prior to this session and tear it up. And I know that seems like something like so silly, but it just give us that opportunity to release that stress and write down what we came with and just tear it away and just have it worried free. It's something that we can just let go.
So what are we writing down? I'm sorry.
So we so when you came to this session prior, write down those worries that you had initially
Okay.
and tear it away because it's not something that we need to have burden on our chest, and it's good for us to let go of something and some of that stress that is not needed.
can we just do it together?
Oh, sorry. Okay, I'll do it again. Ready?
Right.
Yeah. Wait, is Angela, are you ready?
Now what are we doing?
So you're writing down your worries or stress that you had prior.
I'm sorry. Okay.
And then we're going to rip it up together.
Okay. I'm ready.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Perfect. So how did that make you feel? Just tearing away that stress that you came with, like just releasing something that you just you don't have any control of.
I feel like a new person.
I'm not quite there yet, but I think I feel it a little bit.
You feel it a little bit, and it's just steps.
I feel a little relieved, like just writing everything down and then coming here, I feel better.
Oh, perfect. So this activity was chosen because it has shown that we have control of how we feel and just to release some of that energy that we stored in our brain. So we take that, we always take a situation and we just keep thinking about it and keep thinking about it. And it takes over our daily living that to the point that we forget the important things in life. And that's what I wanted to have this activity for, is because just to step away from them burdens and just think about who we are as a person and what we want for a change, you know? I want to say, so you have shown that you can take, you ladies have shown that you could take a bad situation and making something beautiful out of it. Our time is getting to a close, so I just want to recap real quick on what we did today. We had an understanding of the rules that was set in place, confidentiality and what it means. We went over our current emotions and how it affected us in school and at home. For the next session, I want us to use that same anxiety record and record your feelings over the week and discuss for next section, discuss for the next session as a collective. And we'll just, talk about it and like why we're feeling that way and, what situation occurred. Remember, there is no such way of doing this assignment. It's all about tracking on how you feel as an individual. I say just go for it. No matter how you're feeling, write it down, and we always can debrief and talk about it. Right now, I'm going to open the floor for any questions or concerns anybody might have for the remaining of the sessions we might have.
I don't think I have any questions.
No question.
How long is this gonna go? Like, do we have a set amount of weeks that we have to do, or is it
Yeah.
just
So the goal
whenever?
is right now, we're looking at 6 weeks. So I feel like 6 weeks is a good amount of time where we can all come to an understanding. And if I don't want it to make it seem like it's a set time, if we also need to extend that time, we're more so we can do that as well. It's about where we feel comfortable at and if we're ready to let go and take on our troubles and situations by ourselves. All right. So don't forget that we all agreed that we will be here next Friday at 11 a.m. Like we did today. Is that still okay with anyone to meet in this room at B17? Okay. Remember, if you have any personal questions, you can email me at cmwalken@sbsu.edu. So again, thank you for your time. I look forward to future meetings and expressing ourselves even more as we get to know each other. I hope that we have gotten some stress off for you today. And I just want you to enjoy the rest of your day and in your classes. So have a great day. And
Thank you.
anything else?
Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right. Thank you.